as his specialization. He has initiated into yoga and meditation in 1968. He has worked for 27 long years in the field of his specialization, and then in 1997 he immigrated to Toronto, Canada. He is a MPP candidate in 2011 Ontario provincial elections. He has composed over 9,000 spiritual management songs in languages like Hindi, English, Braj Bhasha, Bangla, Urdu, etc. He is also an author of Anand Sudha, Anand Ganga, Madhugiti, and Anand Anubhuti. His poems and articles are widely published in newspapers, magazines, and social media. He is a globally renowned and highly appreciated spiritual poet and earnestly listening in poetic conferences in Canada, USA, as well as India. He is known for his promotion of yoga, meditation, languages, literature, and culture in Western countries. He is a Canadian president of Antarrashtriya Hindi Samiti, New Delhi, and Secretary General of Hindi Sahitya Sabha, Canada. So I welcome both the resource persons for this last session of the symposia. And now I request Dr. Yangshang Chong to share his views on the theme with all of us. Over to you, Dr. Mike Chong. So please.
Okay. Uh,
Gopal Baghel Madhu sir to share his views. Over to you, Dr. Gopal Baghel sir.
Okay, greetings and namaskar to everybody. And I am very grateful at the outset to Dr. Renu Jainji, Dr. Shivaji Sargar, and all the honorable speakers. It is really I am very happy to be with you at this moment. And by now you have heard a lot all about disasters and the literature and a lot of other things associated with it. I'd like to start with a song which I just composed about five hours before. Okay, so first enjoy the song and then we'll go deeper into that. Disasters are unwanted, catastrophic happenings in creation. They may be natural eruptions or human-made or hybrid crystallization. They may be part of cycle of creation or they might occur because of mysterious emanation. They may destroy or damage cosmic inhabitation. They may help evolve and improve civilization. Literature is expression or outburst of inner realization. It may come out from within, before, during, or after any culmination. Creator may create thunders or wonders. He may innovate, initiate, solve, or resolve anything in moments. Minds and bodies can be reset by divine. 5 fundamental elements can be paused and equiposed by thine. Consciousness controls time, space, and persons. Supreme consciousness evolves cosmos through events and occurrences. All entities and elements have to be integrated in cosmic devotion. Madhu conscious needs to shrine and align with cosmic mind to remain fine. So, in this poem, which was just composed today, I would like to go deeper into that, and let me say that whatever happens in the nature, whatever is happening on the planet, is because it has a cause and effect. Only thing is because we don't know, so we sometimes feel it is mysterious or we don't understand. But there is nothing without any cause. So we have to understand to remove those obstacles to find the solutions. We have to find the causes, and then we can understand the effect, and then we can remove the effects. So I'd just like to say a little thing, like even if there is a mountain, series of mountains, and they are all in balance, they are all in equipoise. But if an atom is moving, and there may be a situation when those that balance is just very shaky, and just by movement of one end to from one hill to another hill, there may be earthquake. So in the same way, the balance of the human, human psychic and spiritual or physical waves may be so delicate that even the pain or cry of one person may create havoc in the whole universe. So we have to go deeper in understanding what really this whole balance of cosmos is, and to cure things, to eliminate mishappenings, we will have to keep balancing the universal elements, universal living beings, so that nothing goes wrong. Now, I would like to say that so basically there are introversive and extroversive uh, expressions and the reasons because of which the things happen. And to maintain all that, there is a there is a theory of Brahma in which basically we everything in the universe should be balanced. It should be properly uh, co-poised, and there should not be any unbalance in all in multiple dimensions of the creation. No, about a few years back, in 1984, I was in company of one great philosopher, and he was a spiritual master, Sri Sri Prabhatranjan Sakka, and he gave a theory of microvita. That is, microvita is basically, it's a mysterious emanation of cosmic factor. So, and many things can be explained by that theory, and all the whatever great things or whatever not so great things are happening, that can be understood, and that can be improved, and we can change the whole universe in a very nice way. I like to give a little bit glimpse of that, and then we move further. So. So basically, this microvita is mysterious emanation of cosmic factor, and there can be, it can be positive, it can be negative, and it can have so many dimensions. So basically, the all like literature is created through positive microvita. Negative microvita brings all these disasters, calamities, and many things in the world. And if we have lot of positive microvita, then we can eliminate all those negative microvita. So there is a need. Every person, every person on the planet, he is emanating some vibration. So we have to improve that vibration. We have to purify that vibration. We have to make it positive, so that the negativity can be reduced and minimized. Now, I like to say a few more things about it. These microvita, they can move throughout entire universe. The movement is not restricted by temperature pressure. Like living beings, they exist, multiply, and die. They move through one or many media, or they can be move at once, and with the speed of more than the speed of light as well. Uh, they can move through sound, touch, taste, textuality, form, and smell. Subtler ones can even move through ideas. So once you have some idea, you can just transmit that idea and you can make the whole planet, you can bring the whole planet into bliss. You can eliminate the diseases. You can wipe out corona and all those things. So basically, we need to research on that. We need to improve that, and we need to create a lot of people who are in those situations who can change the whole planet or even the whole universe. So they can be directed by conceptually developed minds. Microbiota can also spread ideas throughout the planet or even through universe. Microbiota are a starting point of life or vitality in the universe. They are carriers of life in different stars and planets and not carbon atoms. They are not carbon atoms. They are subtler than those. They can create and destroy both minds and bodies anywhere in universe. Extensive research is required on microbiota to solve many problems of society in a nice way. One day, human beings will be able to control microbiota properly and very actively. Now, this microbiota exists as collective or individual structures. These collective structures can have both positive and negative effects on human mind. They cannot be created or emanated by human beings. We shall have to develop new ethics while enhancing positive microbiota, which will lead to multilateral salvation of human society. It will remove economic exploitation, political suppression, religious indoctrination, cultural imposition, and social subordination. Microbiota can be positive, negative, or neutral. Crudest microbiota occupy subtlest level of physical space. The next subtler microbiota occupy psychic space, and the subtlest occupy supra-psychic state and supra-psychic space. As they are creation of cosmic mind, they do not function in a spiritual level. Positive microbiota start their action at lunar plexus and can move up or down to other plexus. Negative microbiota normally cannot move across or above physicist psychic plexus and move only downwards. Positive microbiota start their action at lunar plexus. That is what we discussed. A person doing spiritual meditation cannot be attacked by negative microbiota. Even positive microbiota cannot reach up to multi-propensive plexus. One needs help of a great personality or supreme consciousness for that and must do spiritual sadhana or meditation. Human beings should take help of positive microbiota to control depraving effect of negative effect of microbiota dominating the world today. Microbiota research is required in all fields like physics, biology, chemistry, medical, mental health, psychology, education, history, anthropology, sociology, music, poetry, writing, dancing, painting, singing, arts, applied arts, engineering, technology, design, military, journalism, and spirituality. For example, in education, the way that learning takes place is still a mystery. If microbiota can transmit ideas and also can travel through the medium of ideas, they may help to explain how learning actually occurs in the mind. Some of subtler microbiota may inspire artists of all levels, of all kinds, of their creative process that can be improved and that can be multiplied and that can be magnified. Extreme negativity attacks negative microbiota and creates new diseases. So is coronavirus the outcome of a negative outlook and acute crudity or unimaginable negativity. This concept correlates the connection in between literature and COVID-19 in my mind. While the literature is positive, as I said, corona or any other virus are negative microbiota. Positive microbiota could be Gandharva, Yaksha, Kinnar, Siddha, and literature could be part of expression of Gandharva. Negative microbiome could be a virus which may adversely affect whole planet or cosmos. A balance is maintained by interaction of positive and negative microbiome. We need to increase and enhance positive microbiome to take care of negative microbiome. We must enhance and advance our literature, arts, dances, music, meditation, yoga, tantra, science, technology, organizational administration, socio-economic and political management, global coordination, and cosmic interaction to take care of that. Without integrating our individual entities to cosmic entity, we may not be able to maintain equipoise and equilibrium, which we call Brahma. A poet, writer, singer, musician, painter, or artist, through creation or composition, may vibrate or articulate physical, psychic, social, political, or spiritual entities at any place, at any time. So, with this, I will say that everything lies in our hands. And once we integrate our mind, our consciousness to supreme consciousness, we will be able to interact and control everything on this planet. And here I like to touch a little bit about the cycle of creation. So basically, cycle of creation is first there was nothing, and we can say that unmanifested Brahma. Brahma means that which is great, great. He was there in the entire universe. Now, when he thought of doing some place, then he occupied some properties and he became Saguna Brahma or Guru. And then there was a balance of Prakriti, the nature, and there were sentient, mutative, and the static properties which were in balance in triangle form, equilateral triangle. And when there is unbalance of these Sattva or sentient, mutative, and static qualities, then the creation started. And then we had three factors. Then we got a cosmic mind basically, which consisted of the first stage, that the whole universe is me. That was only the one entity. Like our mind was so great that the whole universe existed in in ourselves. And the second entity, which after crudification, which was occupied, that was Aham Tattva, or I exist. That feeling. So there were two feelings: I exist and the universe also exists. And then there was further development or crudification, and then we had Chitta. So Chitta was that state of mind which moves very fast, and that is what is doing everything on the in the universe. So after that, then we had five elements. The area first, the element we got was ethereal, and then we had aerial, then we had fire, then we had liquid, and then we had solid. So this was what was called uh, Sanchar, or the extrovertive cycle of creation. And then when there was too much clash in the solid particles, and the Chitta and the Am and the Mahat was there, so that because of that they came out, and then we had some plants, unicellular entities first, and then they developed into multicellular. We had the vegetables, and then when there was more clash, then we had animals. With further more class, we got man, and from man we got a intellectual man or intuitive man, and then a spiritual man, and that again a spiritual man integrated himself, and then he merged with the cosmic consciousness. So that is where the control point lies, and that way we create the cycle of creation. But at every point of creation, there is a clash and cohesion. They are very important. They are very much required, and they will be always there. So we don't have to get afraid of them. We don't have to be fearful at all. We have to enjoy them. We have to take control of them, and we have to do the best for our civilization, for human beings, not only human beings, but all beings, and even all the matter. Even if the matter is getting angry, the humans cannot be happy. So everything, you know, we have to control our, how do we eat, how do we control ourselves, how do we manage our mind. So once we do that, then we will be in a very interesting phase, and then we will not be worrying, we will be enjoying, we will be masters. And we will be, you know, the humans have so much resources, they have so much capability, they can find out every, they can cure anything, they can find the solution of everything. So there's nothing to worry. We have to be all happy, and we should take Corona also as an adventure, and we should improve the things so that we you know we take the universe to a stage where, you know, we never thought of it, and we are happy with everything. So this is what I would like to say, and continue to be creative, continue to do your best, continue to understand yourself, and take yourself to the highest stage, and then, you know, everything will be fine. So with this, I wish you all the best, and I'm very grateful for this presentation, and I wish the whole universe a success in taking care of this, and developing further, and you know, and to that extent that we just enjoy, we dance with the uh, you know, rhythm, and we all create, we all do wonderful things for the whole universe. Okay, so back to the organizer.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for focusing on the theme. Now I request Principal Dr. Vijay Kumar Khoth from Dr. Nathu College to share his views with us. Principal Dr. Vijay Kumar Khoth, sir, please unmute yourself.
Thank Dr. Shivaji Sargar, Professor and former Head, Department of English, University of Mumbai, who is now also the Editor-in-Chief of Research Chronicle. Sir, we are grateful for all your active support and guidance in organizing the symposium. I am also thankful to Dr. Yang Song Chong, President of APOMOL, for sharing his experiences with the audience. My sincere thanks are also due to Dr. Gopal Bagil Madhu sir for bringing in the spiritual aspect that enabled all the participants to look at the present situation with a new outlook. Sir, I am thankful to you. Finally, I am thankful to all the members of the organizing committee, Dr. Samadhan Mane sir, Dr. Vijay Kumar Khoth, Dr. Suresh Sutar, and the advisory committee members, Dr. S.T. Gadde sir, Dr. Rambhav Badode, and the others. My sincere thanks to all the teachers, research scholars, and the students for actively participating in the symposium and making it successful. Again, like to thank all of you for being here for last 2.5 hours. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So let us wind it up now. Thank you, one and all.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Hope that we'll meet once again.
Thank you all, Dr. Kapsik. We'll keep meeting. Yeah. Now we
Shall
can
I end the meeting?
end the meeting.
Thanks,
Mane
Dr. Shivaji Sargar. Samadhan sir.
Yes, thank you, sir. My pleasure.
Dr. Neelanjana.
Yes.